We start in Phnom Penh, where South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol is engaged with ASEAN members and their economic partners for the second day. Our editor-in-chief Moon Connyoung is traveling with the president, and she joins us live from the Cambodian capital. Connyoung, President Yoon's been taking part in ASEAN-related summits, but also in bilateral summits. Do bring us up to speed.
Absolutely, Daniel. In fact, President Yoon Suk-yeol is currently meeting with his counterpart from the Philippines on the margins of the ASEAN-related summits here in Phnom Penh. In fact, that meeting is just taking off as we speak, so we should learn more about the outcome of that sit-down later this afternoon. Now, in the evening, South Korea's first couple will attend a gala dinner for all leaders attending the ASEAN-related summits here, hosted by the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. But of course, the highlight of the day was the ASEAN Plus Summit, Plus 3 Summit, APT that took place earlier this morning. Leaders of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and their counterparts from South Korea, China, and Japan face-to-face for the first time in 3 years, seeking to tackle supply chain disruptions and other economic pressures triggered by the war in Ukraine and the pandemic. Here, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol urged joint efforts between the ASEAN and the 3 partner nations, as well as among South Korea, China, and Japan, to tackle the multiple challenges the international community faces today.
우리는 정치, 경제, 사회, 문화 각 분야에서 긴밀하게 협력하고 연대해 나가야 합니다.
Chinese Premier Li Keqiang stressed that peace and stability in the region had driven East Asia to become an important engine for global growth.
Regional cooperation will not only contribute to socio-economic development of our respective countries, but also to the stability of global and regional supply chains.
Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida also vowed to work towards strengthening supply chain resilience in the region.
Japan is ready to advance cooperation in maritime affairs, high-quality infrastructure, and food security.
He showed firm support for the ASEAN outlook, which advocates respect for international laws and transparency in the Indo-Pacific region, largely in line with President Yoon Suk-yeol's new Indo-Pacific strategy. On trilateral cooperation between South Korea, China, and Japan, President Yoon said he hopes for the early activation of a mechanism for three-way ties.
한중일 정상회의를 포함한 3국 협력 메커니즘도 조속히 활성화되기를 기대합니다.
A day earlier, when presenting South Korea's new Indo-Pacific strategy, President Yoon said no unilateral change by force should ever be tolerated, using a phrase often employed by the U.S. and Japan when denouncing China on heightening tensions over the South China Sea and Taiwan. With no confirmation yet on whether there'll be a South Korea-China bilat on the margins of the main event here in Phnom Penh or Bali next week, a senior official at Seoul's top office confirmed that bilats and trilats between South Korea and Japan, South Korea and the U.S., and Yoon, Biden, and Kishida will take place on Sunday, likely in that order. Now, you might have noticed a slight shift in President Yoon's tone from yesterday during the South Korea-ASEAN summit, where he called for the maintenance of regional order based on freedom and the rule of law. Today, by stressing the importance of cooperation with Beijing and Tokyo, Mr. Yoon seems to be championing the South Korea's own diplomacy based on values and avoid being caught in the middle of a U.S.-China rivalry, especially here in this part of the world where it's increasingly becoming a battleground, geopolitical battleground for the two. Now, no response yet from China on President Yoon's new Indo-Pacific strategy yesterday or his call for trilateral cooperation today. Daniel.
All right, Connyoung, thank you for being out there for us. We appreciate it.